use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are at Genesis Gaming once again. We are with returning guest Kyle, aka what is your YouTube channel right now?
Firebrand yugioh.
Firebrand yugioh on YouTube. One of our channel mods. Always love to have him on the channel to talk everything fire. But this time, what do you have for us?
I have a new version of Salad for the new format when Legacy Destruction drops. There's a card in there called Code of Soul. If you play Salad, you should definitely be playing this card in this format. It's nuts. It's really good. And with that being said, let's get into the deck profile.
All right, let's do it. Very much a custom card for this deck, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this build.
Okay, so start off 3 Ash Blossom. Worst matchups are Branded and Lab. Always have been. Always will be. Hita is a card, yeah, but your entire deck is fires, so you're going to lose to Hita anyways.
You just need it.
Yes. 3 Flame Buffalo. Still the best starter. This deck is not like the pure variant, and I don't believe the 1-card combo is that good. This card plays around and under Shifter, which is like super crucial. So yeah, I like it. 3 Gazelle, absolutely mandatory. If you aren't on 3 Gazelle, I'm like wondering what you're doing.
Yeah.
This card is nuts all the time. 3 Spinny as well. For every 1 Gazelle you play 1 Spinny, so having 3 is nice.
I've seen some people starting to cut Spinny down to 2 or...
I mean, I get it, but like, I also kind of don't. It's just kind of weird
So
not
good.
wanting a free extender.
Yeah.
Not wanting a 1-card link too. 3 Foxy. 1 Foxy per Buffalo is the rule, and I'll always play 3 Buffalo, so I'll always play 3 Foxy.
It's quite good in this format too, honestly, with all the face-up spell and trap cards.
Yeah, popping field spells, continuous spells, equip spells, getting bricks out of your hand like Jack Jaguar and Falco is like really nice. And yeah, this card's just really good. And you have 1 Jack, 1 Falco, and 1 Weasel.
Still like the Weasel?
Yeah, Weasel's nuts. It's actually like part of the reason why Code of Soul is so good, and I'll explain why in just a bit when I get to Code of Soul and we start going to the extra deck. I'll like show you some lines. I see people cutting Falco from their lists. I like fundamentally disagree. This card is absolutely nuts. The fact that you just get to reset your back row is like super crucial, specifically in this format where if you do get hit by a Cosmic on your back row, you can usually just like either get rid of it, or if it does happen and it does get banished, oh well, that's fine. You have enough interaction anyways, and Jack Jaguar is mandatory. And now for the star of the show, the new card coming out in Legacy of Destruction. Get ready. It's Code of Soul. This card is nuts. If you have a Link monster, you can spec it from your hand. During your main phase, you get an extra reincarnation, and then during your opponent's main phase, you can banish it to Link summon a Link 3 or higher Cybers monster. Yeah, this card is absolutely nuts. In my testing time, it won me the game immediately.
So, do you only need it at 1?
I'm currently playing it at 1 only because I have 1, but I have more on pre-order, so I'll let you know if 1 or 2 is like the correct amount, but I would never play 3.
Okay.
You never want to draw this card.
Because you can search him pretty easily, right?
Yeah, you can search it off Signet Mining or another card in the extra deck that I'll go over in just a bit.
Sure.
And now onto the spells and traps. 3 Circle.
Well, if you could maybe, like, what does he help facilitate, I guess?
He helps facilitate an extra reincarnation during your turn, so you don't have to... So, like, sometimes during the combo, you, like, need to reincarnate the wolf to bring back spell or trap. Sometimes you need to, like, reincarnate your Raging Phoenix while not committing sanctuaries to the field, because you can't, because you're under anti-spell. Sometimes you need to reincarnate Heat Leo to push for lethal. Sometimes you just need to reincarnate literally anything to trigger the Weasel. This card is insane. It gives you literally everything. It's a level 3, so it's good for Mirage Stalio as well.
That's
and
crazy.
for the other part of the extra deck that gives us access to our entire engine, regardless of how we opened. So long as we opened exactly a way to get to Weasel, which Circle is one of them, and this card is nuts. Draw spell... draw phase searchers are absolutely cracked, and being immune to monster effects is really nice because it can stop Flamberge from messing up with your field.
Very huge for the draw format.
Yeah. 1 Will and 1 Sanctuary. Will is cracked. It's just absolutely nuts. Either Monster Reborn or Soul Charge, and Sanctuary is just the one of. Code of Soul makes it so you don't have to commit this card to your field, but having this card on your field anyways is nuts. because getting 2 reincarnations is like way better than getting only 1. Even if you do have to like commit this to your field, so you locked yourself out of like imperm on an empty board, or like evenly. And now for the contentious 3 signet mining. This card can search Flame Buffalo. It can also search Code of Soul. It can also access every other part of your engine. This deck is designed to have a lot of bridges to get to its different pieces, like a lot of them, and this is the best bridge because it's the only one that requires you to not commit anything to the field. But it is a 2-card combo, so sometimes it's not that great. Because if you get drolled, you're out of luck.
Did you miss the Lady Debug or the Salamangreat of Fire?
I haven't played Lady Debug since 2019. And
What's your opinion on Lady Debug and people running in Salad?
Salamangreat of Fire is better. 1, it's a fire. 2, it's searchable through the archetype and summonable off Mirage Stalio. And 3, the graveyard effect to trigger your Phoenix is actually really nice.
And that's kind of, I guess, like,
Yeah.
why aren't you on Salad of Fire then?
Yeah, people are playing Debug because they want a 1-card combo that doesn't lock them into fires, but at that point, just play Flame Buffalo. Like, you're not going to lose to Imperm, you're not going to lose to Veiler, you're not going to lose to Droll, you're not going to lose to Shifter. I just don't understand the reason why people are just like saying that Debug is the best. It's not. Honestly, it's the worst. And now onto more spicy tech.
Okay.
Double Fire Recovery.
What does this thing do?
This card is insane. You get to target a fire in your graveyard, pitch a card from your hand to the graveyard, and then summon the target. And then you can banish it from your graveyard to shuffle up to 3 of your fire monsters that are banished or in your graveyard into your deck and then draw a card. And you can only use the second effect of it once per turn. So if you use Fire Recovery, shuffle 3 back, and then draw another one, you can just do it again. But not the shuffle back, obviously. This card is nuts.
Gives you so much advantage.
This card is one of the reasons why you can play around Nib. Because some people just like nib you on Summon of Promethea, but they don't nib you on resolution of you using its effect to summon a fire. So you could just like Fire Recovery, bring back Promethea, bring back a fire, and then you're basically at the exact same spot you were in before, except you have an extra body on your field, which is fine. The shuffle back is like insane, and I'll get more into it when I talk about the full-on combos, because being able to put back your banished fire monsters is really good in this deck specifically.
Oh yeah.
And now on to 3 Droplet. Best card in the format, best board breaker in the format, best card to help synergize with your entire deck. Being able to pitch Salamangreat Circles and Signet Minings as they resolve.
So good.
Yeah. Basically, the cool thing about it is you can go activate Circle, and they're like, all right, guess I'll do nothing. Chain Droplet, pitch Circle as cost, negate your monster effect.
Wow. Hold on a second.
Along with pitching like any other salad name, so they can't respond with monsters or spells. Lockout 2, and then with the Circle, you find Gazelle, and then you can trigger Gazelle like during your draw phase.
So good.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Really interacts well with your deck.
Yeah, because that means they can't really do like a whole lot, but it's nice. And then double talents and 1 thrust.
How do you like these in this deck?
These cards are insane. Having access to like this is like fantastic. Being able to like rip a card after a Nibiru is nuts. Being able to draw 2 after a Nibiru is nuts. Being able to steal your opponent's Promethea after they bring it back from the graveyard and then using it yourself to combo off is nuts. And with Thrust, it can get you mining, it can get you Fire Recovery, it can get you Talents, it can get you Salamangreat Rage, it can get you Infinite Impermanence, other cards in the side deck. This card is just fun. This card is just amazing.
Want a rarity bump me out?
No.
You see this abuse I get from my mod guys?
Abuse. I'm just telling you no. Just like this card. This card tells your opponent no. Call with the Grave. Really dogs on hand traps and other stuff in the graveyard. Yeah. This card's nuts. And then 1 Rage and 1 Rar. Rage is actually like way better in this deck than Rar is, but Rar is like still objectively the best
When
one.
you have the boards of these, it's just over.
When you have both, it's over. When you have this, it's almost over. When you have this, it's like kind of over. When you have neither, it's like over for you. But yeah, these cards are nuts. And then the final triple impermanence.
3 imperm, very nice.
Yeah, this list is 41 cards. I didn't want to play just 2 imperm. It would kind of felt terrible. Yeah, imperm is like insane. It's like the only hand trap that doesn't play into talents or thrust, which is like nice.
No nib or draw on the main deck.
No, you don't need them in the main deck. Anyone who's like maining those cards is like I understand why you're maining nib, but like droll, come on, like that's just your meta. And now for the extra deck, 3 Balinks, standard. There's actually some lists that I see that only play 2 of this, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're just
Such a
gonna
good
like
card.
give up an access to a Link 1 because you want to play other cards in your extra deck? Cool. Nice access code talker. Anyways, drop it.
This feels so bad that this is how it has to be.
Triple Sunlight Wolf.
I can't see.
There were lists that played only 2 of this, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, I couldn't imagine myself not playing 3 of this card. Having access to a simple to make Link 2 that refunds you a card and like helps facilitate your graveyard is like nuts.
You go into 2 so often, so I could see why you need the 3rd.
Yep. Double Heat Leo. Obviously, you can like take these cards out if you want. I don't really care if you like build this like to the way I'm doing it. I just like this card. I think this card's actually really good in this format.
Yeah.
Spinning back Fire King Sanctuary, Branded Regained, my friend Purrely, any Labyrinth cards that were set off one of the ladies that they can't activate in the turn.
Tenpai Field spell now.
Yeah, and being able to shrink a monster is like good for time. Or like being able to buff up your own is like nice to crash. 2 Raging Phoenix. Raging Phoenix is nuts. This card is like the backbone of this deck now. Well, not this deck, but Salad as an archetype. Giving them a Link 4 that can do something on the first turn is like fantastic. And being able to float and just like become absolutely massive just makes sure that this deck does not need Access Code Talker.
So good.
Yeah, it's weird. I see a bunch of Salad lists playing Access Code Talker in this card, and I'm just like, what?
Well, you don't play Zelantis, right?
No.
So you don't think you really need that Zelantis or access code for OTK?
No. If you're playing Raging Phoenix and you like don't kill your opponent with this card in like maybe 1 or 2 turns, you're probably just either running into too much interruption or you're not doing it right. And then you have the newcomers, 2 Pyro Phoenix.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got these
nice Starlights.
Yeah, I got them at Raleigh. This card, at first glance, is like not good. But once you start playing with this card becomes exceptional.
So what does it do?
If it's reincarnated, it destroys every card in your opponent's field. And then once per turn, you can target a Link monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to their field. And once per turn, if a Link monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one of the Link monsters and burn your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. Yeah. Salad now is a way to win in time.
Is that what it's specifically for?
No. It's just a function of this card that I kind of noticed while I was playing with it.
Yeah.
1 Promethea. Promethea is nice.
Oh, that's a QCR. Nice, brother.
Yeah, Promethea is nice. I like it. And by nice, I mean this card is broken and I hope it doesn't get banned.
Would you ever run 2 or is 1 just fine?
I don't have the space.
Fair.
I can't call Heat Leo.
The 16th card.
Yeah, and now we're on to Horse Prince.
That's a 2014 card.
Yeah, Horse Prince is sick.
So what does he do in your deck?
It takes a fire tuner and 1 or more non-tuners, and if it's synchro summoned, you can spec a level 3 fire monster from your deck, but you're locked out of level 5 or higher summons for the rest of the turn.
Wow, that's broken.
Spinny, Gazelle, Flame Buffalo, Foxy, Code of Soul, and Ash Blossom are all level 3 fires. If you summon an Ash Blossom to your field and then link off a Stalio, you can bounce the Ash Blossom back to your hand, so like now you're just searching out hand traps. Yeah, this card is the bridge to everything. You just use Weasel and like one of the aforementioned cards to get any of the other aforementioned cards that you don't have. So like this being the bridge into it is like really nice. And then onto the side deck, triple Div Incarnate. We're not playing Snake Eyes anymore, so we can't play only 1.
What decks are this for? Is this for?
Purrely, Lab, Rogue Dex, Manadium. Realistically, anything that just puts up a lot of monsters. Like, this card just clean sweeps most boards. I really do like it. Only double droll. I like this card, but I don't really, because there are times where you just open like it and another hand trap, and like the one hand trap is like objectively better and stops their turn, so like droll kind of feels like it's super dead. So I'm okay with playing it at 2. triple DD Crow.
Card's insane this format.
When I went to Raleigh, I didn't have these, and it felt terrible because I wish I did, because it would have solved a lot of my matchups that I ran into.
Against Purely too right now, it's really
Oh yeah,
good.
it's like insane against Purely.
I'll activate parking.
Triple nib. There are games where this card doesn't come up. There are games where this card comes up and wins you the game, and there are games where this comes up and it doesn't win you the game, but it hinders your opponent enough to where they actually just can't really continue that far, and you just sweep them. This card is insane. 2 Cosmic Cyclones. I also did not have this in my Raleigh sideboard, which I was like kind of upset about because I really did wish I had any form of back row removal. Paying life points is like terrible when you're going into time, but like with Pyro Phoenix you can burn your opponent out in time, so like it doesn't matter.
Really good against Runic Stun right now.
Yeah.
And
Dimensional
Tenpai.
Barrier.
Hi Tenpai.
Yeah. Tenpai, Branded, Manadium, Tearlament, Purely. I'm sorry, I just can't consistently win against those strategies. I need to stop them.
Would you ever up thrust so the D barrier has a better way to get out?
I would like to up the thrust. Maybe I just play 42 with another thrust.
Yeah.
But at the current moment, I only have one.
Yeah, fair enough. Just for people who maybe want to experiment.
Yeah. And then Black Rose in the sideboard.
Nice ulti, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the gift. This card is insane. I don't really even need to tell you like why it's insane. Just know that when you blow it up with its own effect, you can trigger your Phoenix to summon itself, targeting your Black Rose. So it just turns your level 7 Synchro into a field nuke that kind of semi-restarts your engine.
Yep. Also, like the Balinks interaction is just super nuts in your deck.
Yeah, being able to protect your field while wiping your opponent is just absolutely insane.
Like unparalleled, and it's something that people just like really underestimate in the Salad deck that you guys really should be testing.
Yes. So, interesting things that I noticed while I was playing this deck about Code of Soul. So basically, Code of Soul says during your opponent's main phase, you can banish it to link summon a Link 3 or higher Cyberse monster. If you have Sanctuary on the field and you're looking to reincarnate your Pyro Phoenix, you can go about it one of 2 ways. One, you can either reincarnate it through the effect of Sanctuary, or if your opponent has like interacted with you at all by summoning a monster, you can target your Phoenix with the Promethea, target their monster, blow theirs up, protect yours with the Balinks, and then you can link summon just by using these 2 to make another Pyro Phoenix, because it's 2 or more effect monsters or total link rating equal 4. So you don't even need this on your field in order to accomplish that, meaning you don't lose to Cosmic Cyclone.
Very nice.
Yeah, I just thought I'd like tell you that.
Would you like to show us a Code of Soul combo?
Okay, so these are the only 3 cards you're realistically going to need, because they're going to like shoehorn you into essentially every other part of the combo.
Can this ever be a 2-card combo?
If you draw the circle off the Buffalo, yeah.
Sure.
But let's go draw phase circle. You're going to search out Weasel. And then you're going to normal summon your Buffalo. And you're going to link summon your Balinks. Chainlink 1 Buffalo, Chainlink 2 Balinks. So you're going to grab your Sanctuary. And you're going to discard your Spinny. And draw these 2 cards. It didn't really matter what we drew. You're going to... No, I kind of did. You're going to activate the field spell. You can reincarnate your Balinks, special summon Weasel, spec Spinny, use these 2, make Horse Prince effect, spec a level 3.
I will add from my deck to my hand. I need you.
So you're going to spec
Activate I need you.
Code of Soul. You can activate Code of Soul's effect to get an extra reincarnation. Use these two. Make wolf. Use these two. Make Promethea effect. Summon back wolf. Use these two. Make the Raging Phoenix. Reincarnation through Code of Soul. And then boom, there you go. You have your search. And if your opponent...
So what's the point now that you have... Did you reincarnate through this yet? You can
Yes.
now... Okay, you did.
Yeah,
so.
you did.
Very nice.
And if your opponent has monsters, you can use the Weasel to summon this to your opponent. You can summon a monster, put this on the bottom of the deck, draw a card, and then find another extender, and then you can use the Promethea and the other extender to make the Phoenix, with the Pyro Phoenix. That way your Code of Soul in your graveyard is live.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's basically it. This list is 41 at the moment. I might put up to 42 if I can get another thrust. But yeah, this is like a decent way to go about it. I think this is the way that you should be playing this deck, this format. Obviously, I've been saying that for every deck I built. I'm kind of like bipolar on that. But
Formats change, you know.
yeah, formats change, and I got
New cards get released.
Yep, I got to change with them.
Very nice. Thank you for showing off the new goo with Code of Soul. Very much looking forward to what you do in the future. I know that we got Indy coming up too.
Yeah,
So
I'm excited.
hell yeah. With that being said, please go check out Kyle's channel on YouTube. Link will be down below, and also tagged in the title of the video. What is your channel, just for everybody once again?
Firebrand YGO.
Firebrand YGO. He will be uploading lots of Salamangreat content for you guys out there who are fiending for it. So let's
Yeah, I'll try to upload as much as I can.
yes. He also does have a life, and he'll be getting to it when he can. But like, please go support Kyle, because he's definitely the best Salamangreat player I know by far, and one of the best duelists I know. So
Thank you. It means a lot.
for sure. So with that being said, leave a like down below and subscribe. Road to 5K. We'll be seeing you guys later. Bye now.
Thank you.